What's up, YouTube streets? It's the voice of the trenches. I speak facts, not rumors, and I got a whole lot of shit to speak on. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. I'm him, not them, and I'm not scared to say what everybody else is scared to say. Today, we speak on Chud the Builder. We gonna see what they say about his case in court. His bond been denied, and we gonna see why. Check this video out, y'all.
Got devastating news in court. This guy's about to go cross-eyed. A content creator offered to pay to get Chud out of jail, and he still got denied. So we're gonna be taking a look at Chud's court appearance, and I mean, you can kind of tell the realization is starting to set in. Whoever he thought was on his side, they just aren't.
Today, Dalton Ether Lee is accused of multiple criminal charges in Montgomery and Davidson counties, including attempted murder. This morning, he skipped his appearance in Davidson County General Sessions Court. However, he did show up for his bond hearing in Montgomery County this afternoon. The judge decided to keep his bond at $1 million, which must be paid out by at least 10 different bond companies. Liz's case has been sent over to the grand jury.
So if y'all didn't catch that, not only are they keeping his bond at $1 million, they're not gonna let one person pay it. It has to come from 10 different people because they put a cap on the amount each individual person can pay. So you got a content creator offering to throw up some money. You have a gambling site owner willing to throw up some money. But the judge is like, nah, we're gonna add more stipulations on this. You're gonna need 10 different people to put all of this money together just to get you out.
See, it's looking all bad for Chubb right now. It seems like time is not on his side. His bond been denied. That's a good thing, because Chubb, he is a threat to society, going to black communities, provoking black people to harm him. Chubb trying to start a race riot, but his plan didn't work. The law do not want that man out. They want to keep him behind bars long as possible because they know Chubb is not good to be in society. That man belong behind bars. He is on a suicide mission and he don't care about his life or nobody else's life. Now let's keep on watching and see what else they're talking about.
File a motion this afternoon to set that aside. We're going to file a motion. I'm going to file a motion to dismiss the whole case. And I'm going to ask that the court look at the video and see what I've seen. So we'll see what happens there. I understand that Mr. Etherly has caused members of the community to be offended. I understand that. But that's not a factor in raising bail. And that's not a justification to hold him for effectively without bail. We have sources here today, and I have, not in addition to the Give, Send, Go money that's been raised, there's a gentleman back here named Alex Rosen who makes a lot of money online doing a pretty noble thing. He has this show or podcast or whatever you call it these days, called Poaching Predators, I think it's called. Predator Poachers. Predator Poachers.
So the lawyer is straight up saying, look, my client's pissed off half the population of the United States of America, but that isn't a reason to keep him in jail. And we even have somebody with a lot of money that's willing to put a lot of money on the line to get him released. Now he's speaking about 27-year-old Alex Rosen, and I know that's a hard 27 right there, but this guy's content is literally running down and catching predators state to state. Figuring out who's doing what, creep shit, this and that, running down on them and getting their asses locked up. And to be honest with you, I support that. I love that. I don't really give a fuck with his.
Now, at this point, shame on you, Alex Roseman, because you know what Chud stand for. You know he's a threat to the black community. You know he been going around on social media provoking black people. And you had the nerves to stand up behind him, to defend him, to come forward and trying to bail him out. Shame on you, because that showed me where you stand. That showed me that you don't like black people. That showed me that you allow what Chud is doing to the black community, and you had no problem with that. That means you support what Chud is doing. Shame on you, Alice Roseman. Now let's keep on watching.
I support that. I love that. I don't really give a fuck what his personal beliefs are. What he's doing is a service to the community, and he's saving kids. Now, he is a self-proclaimed First Amendment activist, I think. I'll let him further explain who he is in the video, because he's going to come up and actually speak in the courtroom. But his job is literally running down and catching predators. Now, if he aligns himself with Chud the Builder, that doesn't take away from what he does for the community.
And he makes about 6 figures a month. And from what my discussions with Mr. Rosen, his efforts have led to the arrest of some 90 different suspected pedophiles this year alone. So, totally legit source of income. He's willing to post the bail. But the order from Judge Poland said we're not allowed to use the give, send, go money. There's about $300,000 there, so we could post that bail there also. And there's been rumors circulating all about this online. There is some owners of a casino called Duel who want to post his bail also. I can't probably get that approved by this court, but they're a foreign corporation, Judge, and I can't get the person here to testify. However, I believe they're working with Mr. Leverson's bonding company to put $1 million in his account so that he has the collateral should Mr. Etherly fail to appear, the whole collateral. And that's in addition to Mr. Leverson's insurance fund that he has.
I'll be honest with you, this is insane. They got a guy that makes 6 figures a month exposing predators, willing to hand over some money. They have a Give Send Go, which is like a GoFundMe with over 300,000 in it. They have a online betting app, whatever, that's willing to hand over $1 million or a ton of money. They have multiple different ways to pay this off, and it's getting denied. All of it is getting denied. They're putting a cap on who can pay what. They're saying they need it from 10 different people. I don't even know if I agree with this. You cannot like everything he's done or whatever he stands for, but to have all these sources of revenue and your freedom legally blocked sounds insane.
The facts of the matter of this particular case here, given Mr. Etherly's business venture, which is Chud the Builder, is live streaming certain interactions with black people, saying derogatory things. We know what that is.
The way he said black people almost sounded derogatory.
Causing an interaction and a response from certain black people on the street. I've been doing it for probably close to a year now. That's his stated purpose. Incite and provoke black people for a response. And that's what he did on May 13th here. No legitimate purpose for being at the courthouse that day. He had missed court at 9 o'clock. This is all proof that came out in the preliminary hearing. Mr. Fox, however, was.
Now, this is the reason why the law don't want you out. Because you're doing stupid shit like this. What's the motive of you going to the courthouse with a selfie stick, recording yourself with a gun, provoking black people just to start a fight? What's the motive? Because I want to know. Because everybody know you can't go to the courthouse with a gun, or you can't be outside the courthouse with a gun. So what's the motive of you going up there provoking black people? That is premeditated, because you already had it on your mind that you was going to shoot a black person. That is premeditated, because you already had it on your mind that you were going to shoot a black person. At the courthouse at that? Because you know can't nobody bring a gun to the courthouse. So you came to the courthouse way outside, wait for any black person to come outside to provoke them to start a fight so you could shoot them. You want to catch a black person unarmed so you can harm them. You trying to have one up. because you know ain't nobody come out that courthouse with a gun. That is premeditated. You went up there to provoke any black person that walk out that courthouse, the first black person at that walk out the courthouse, and you decide that you want to provoke a black person. And you knew soon that black person swung on you, you was going to shoot him. Because you knew that black person didn't have no gun on him. All this is premeditated. Chud is a threat to society. And shit like this will start a race riot quick. Fuck a protest. Fuck a protest. This will start a race riot real quick. Now let's keep on watching and see what the us are talking about.
To begin at 1:30.
Okay, this is new, and this is something we haven't heard before. Everybody was under the impression that the victim in this case, Joshua Fox, pulled up on Chud the Builder because he heard he was going to be there, right? So everyone was saying, oh, well, this guy had every intent on a confrontation. But now we're hearing Chud missed court at 9 a.m., came back at a later time in which this guy is saying Chud really had no reason to be there, versus the victim was at the courthouse due to a child support matter with his wife. So he actually had court, not Chud, which changes a lot of things, because everyone was like, oh, Chud was supposed to be there. This guy must have caught Chud coming out of the courthouse. This also explains how Chud had a firearm at the courthouse, because he wasn't going in. He was outside with his gun.
We have tracked through video the exact moments that all parties arrived on the courthouse campus. Mr. Fox and his wife arrived about 1:08 from North 3rd Street and proceed to go to the main entrance and just sit on those concrete planters. Mr. Etherly probably makes it to the parking lot about 1:12. Starts walking across, that's on the North 2nd Street side, starts walking across, selfie stick in hand, immediately walks right in front of Mr. and Mrs. Fox, and now we don't have audio yet of it, but he stops right at Mr. and Mrs. Fox, and what can only be assumed is starts his live streaming right there. The same thing he does.
So they're saying the victim was at court before Chud. Chud shows up after with his selfie stick, walks up, and they don't know what's said. They don't have the audio at this time, but they are assuming Chud did what he normally does. Again, a lot of the Chud defenders were saying, oh, he wasn't even streaming. He was there for court, da-da-da. That whole argument now is thrown out. Chud showed up when he didn't have court with his selfie stick to stream and immediately walked up to the victim, initiating this whole interaction.
Black people he could see. That happens for maybe a minute right there. Mr. Etherly walks away. Selfie stick in his right hand. He's still looking back at Mr. Fox over here. Mr. Fox is looking at him. Mr. Fox does get up and approach Mr. Etherly. Mr. Etherly switches his selfie stick to the left hand. He puts his right hand in his suit pocket. This is prior to any physical interaction. Mr. Fox walks away from him. He comes back. Mr. Etherly is trying to reach something out of his pocket. Just common sense says it's the firearm because he has the selfie stick in his left hand. And then Mr. Fox strikes him as the gun comes out. 7 shots are fired within seconds.
So Chud started the interaction with the victim, walking up to the first black person he saw at the courthouse, selfie stick in hand. About a minute goes by, he walks away. The victim walks up to him. Chud switches the selfie stick to his left hand, reaches down for his gun. This is before anything physical happened. As he's struggling to pull the gun, the victim swings at, shots go off, in a matter of seconds.
5 of them, I believe, struck Mr. Fox as they went to the ground fighting. That is the case. He has posted things on X, made other videos on X on what his intent is. For instance, on May 4th of this year on X, he posted, "Keep encouraging your fellow blacks to assault me. When you see a chimp with their brains blown out on the timeline, just know y'all did this to your own people."
Damn. I ain't gonna lie, that's a crazy thing to be said in a courtroom. Like I can't even think that Chud's sitting there like, yeah, that was a good post. Like, no, that was horrible.
May 7, 2016, this is 6 days before this event. Chud the Builder posts on X, "I will defend my life with lethal force. Do not approach me with intent to threaten bodily harm." And then he posts another response to himself. "Series finale is dead chimp on the pavement and you monkeys rioting when I walk free. Stay tuned."
Did y'all notice how the judge heard that and looked down like he's writing a note? This does not seem to be going in Chud's favor whatsoever. I mean, hearing things like that being said in court and then knowing that you walked up to somebody first, you really had no reason to be there. I mean, you have every right to be there, but you didn't have a purpose in being there, right? There's no reason Chud can't go to a public courthouse. It's public. Let's get that straight. He doesn't necessarily need a reason to be there, but the purpose of him being there was, again, to stream and do what he normally does. He walks up to the victim, which is apparently the only or the first black person he saw, initiates the interaction, and then what follows.
That's just one that shows his motive and intent on what his business model is. Does it rise to provocation when he then takes to the street and interacts with black people to get a response? Could very easily be provocation, which negates any self-defense, or the proportionality of the force used by Mr. Etherly to a punch in the face. He uses deadly force. Mr. Etherly has to reasonably believe of imminent danger of death or serious bodily injury in that confrontation with Mr. Fox.
Now, again, he's using Chud's online presence, how he purposely goes out looking for reactions, as provoking. And when you provoke someone, your self-defense claim is out the window. But then he's also breaking down, look, Chud got punched in the face. We're not denying that, but he responded with 7 shots from a firearm. That's deadly force. And to use deadly force, you have to believe your life is about to end or you're about to be seriously injured. And a punch to the face doesn't qualify as 7 shots in return.
Now, these posts weren't done in a vacuum. These posts were part of back and forths between Mr. Etherly and several other folks, many of which were making threatening remarks to him. So, saying he can...
Now, if y'all want to watch the full video, go over to 1090J YouTube channel. Now, the court got all the evidence that they need. They got Chud's YouTube channel. They got his Twitter page talking about he gonna kill a black person, leave their brains on the curb. They got Chud doing all type of stupid shit on social media. Just dumb. Chud was on a suicide mission. Chud have a death wish. Now, I'm gonna say this to all the white communities. If any white person wanna die or commit suicide, just go to a black neighborhood. If any white person wanna die or commit suicide, just go to a black community. Be my guest. Be my guest. Now we have another crazy white person named Jake Lane. I'm going to speak on that in my next video. Like I said, if any white person want to die or commit suicide, go to a black neighborhood. Now, y'all like, comment, subscribe. Give me your thoughts in the comment. It's the voice of the trenches. I speak facts, not rumors. And I got a whole lot of shit to speak on. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. I'm him, not them. And I'm not scared to say what everybody else is scared to say. y'all tap in.